Yogis, welcome to another virtual yoga club. Today we are going through what I call our wake up and warm up session. So this is just a really nice gentle way to warm up the body. Maybe it's something you want to do first thing in the morning or before your workout. So we're going to start in our seated position. Any way that's comfortable for you. You can sit in butterfly, legs out to the side, or cross-legged, whichever is comfortable for you. I'm going to start just taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Hopefully you've got some nice yoga tunes playing in the background. Keep taking those nice deep breaths in. We're going to bring the left arm across the body, hook the right arm underneath and gently pull into our chest. We're going to swap sides. Right arm across the body, hook the left arm under and pull gently into your chest. Good, okay, so remembering from our first session, we're going to do our spinal twist. Take a big deep breath in, bring the arms up, right hand to left knee, and looking over that shoulder. Inhale, bring the arms back up to center. Other side, left hand to right knee. Inhale, bring the arms back up, palms together, palms to chest. From here we're going to link our fingers in and we're going to do some wrist rolls. So this one can be tricky if you think too hard about it. Oh, so many clicks. That's horrible. Try going, oh that's awful. Try going in a couple of different directions. Just loosen up the wrists. Okay, one more warm-up stretch. We're going to do a gentle neck stretch. Taking our left hand, we're going to put our fingertips gently resting on the ground. My arm is pretty much straight, and I can't stress this enough. Very gently reach up across and apply the tiniest amount of pressure to the side of your head. We're not pulling that neck down, just gently. If I take my hand away, I'm still in the same position. Gently feeling that stretch all the way down. Does not have to be a lot of pressure here. I'm gently going to release that hand, bring my neck back to neutral, bring my right fingertips down to the mat, reach across and put a tiny bit of pressure on that head to stretch the neck. Okay, come into a cross-legged position if you aren't already. Put your hands on your knees, and this is going to look a little bit funny, but this is a really good way to warm up, especially get the lower back moving. We're going to do our cleansing circles. So we're basically going to do 10 one direction and 10 the next direction. Breathing in as you come forward. Actually, that might not be right. Breathe whenever you want. Okay, we're going to change our direction now, going the opposite way. Nice and slowly, don't get too dizzy. Okay, coming back up. Today we're going to start with our cobra pose. So we're going to come face down onto our mats, hands underneath shoulders, elbows tucked in. Okay, remember our sequence. We're going to start by lifting our heads up off the mat to lengthen the spine. We're going to use the core and the glutes to lift up, then engage the hands, pushing up, not locking the elbows out. Eyes forward, nice neutral neck. Instead of coming straight back down, today we're going to go into our hare pose in between. Pushing up and back, take the knees out to the side and rest. Slowly coming back into that starting position for our cobra. Head up first, glutes and core, and engage the arms. Remember, we don't want to have our arms out to the side, elbows tucked in, shoulders down away from your ears. Let's push the hips back, knees out to the side, and sink down into your hare. Slowly coming up, back into our hero pose. Shake it out. Alright. Could fall asleep in that pose, I really could. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to do some new poses today. Some stuff we've already done before, like cobra and hare. We've got a couple more in there that we've already done. However, everything else is new, so that's exciting. We're going to do an extended puppy pose. So this is similar to hare pose, except it's more engaged. So we're not sinking into it and relaxing as much as we are engaging our arms and our legs. So the first thing I'm going to do is tuck the toes under at the back, so you're getting a bit of a stretch in the feet as well. And then I'm going to come forward onto my hands, reaching forward, pushing my hips back towards my heels, and I'm going to sink down like I did into hare pose, but I'm not going to rest my arms and my torso on the mat. They're going to stay up off the mat, my hands are touching the mat, my knees and my toes are, but everything else is staying up off the mat. So pushing in, push those hips back, sinking down, my arms, my chest, my stomach are off the mat. Good, slowly coming up. We'll come back into our hero pose and just rest for a second before we do that one again. Really important to make sure that we're not resting our arms on the ground. We're pushing our chest down, but we're not resting on the ground. We're keeping those arms engaged. When you're ready, come back out. Tuck the toes under, pushing your hips back towards your heels, and sink down. Okay, slowly walking those hands back towards the knees, sitting back into your hero pose. Okay, let's get into our relaxed lizard. We're going to start with the left leg first, bringing it up in front. With relaxed lizard, we're just letting that leg fall out to the side nice and gently. So the outside edge of my foot is sort of where I'm resting. My foot's not flat, I'm just letting it fall open to the side, nice and gentle. I'm bringing my hands down and leaning my hips forward to get that stretch. Remember, if that's too much, bring that back knee in and make it a little bit easier. From here, we're going to add a tee-up stretch. So if my left foot is in front, I'm going to keep my right hand planted, and I'm going to twist and take my left arm up to the sky. So we're twisting into that stretch. Bring my hand back down to that relaxed lizard. From here, I'm going to take the hips back. I'm going to go into our runner's lunge that we did last time. Sitting back on the heel, straighten that leg out, stretch the hamstrings out. Okay, swapping over, right leg in front, hands to next to the foot, let that knee fall out, relax lizard. I'm going to get into our tee-up stretch. So my right foot is at the front, so my left hand is staying down, and I'm twisting up into that tee-up stretch. Good, bringing the hand back down. And pushing the hips back into that runner's lunge, getting the hammies on that right leg. Cool. Alright, we're going to head into a standing pose now. So this pose is called number 4. I imagine it's because you kind of look like a number 4 when you're doing it, if you're doing it right. So this is the first of our balance poses. So we're going to start with our right foot being our base leg. So I want you to take a second to just shift your weight to your right foot and just practice picking that left foot up and keeping your balance. Might take a few tries to get it right. One side's always going to be easier to balance on than the other. Okay, once you think you've got it, shake it out, we'll start again. Number 4, we're going to take this left leg, bring it up onto the thigh of our base leg, so not resting over the knee joint. We want to avoid the knee altogether. Then we're going to bring our palms to chest and we're going to squat down. Just a little bit's fine. This is a really good stretch for the outside thigh and the hip. Now, to keep the balance, find a spot that isn't moving and focus on it. Take nice slow breaths. If you fall out of it, that's fine. Start it again. Remember, we're not resting on the knee joint. There we go. Having a little trouble balancing today, that's okay. If you need to hold on to something, do it. There we go. Okay, let's trade sides. So left foot is our base foot now. Have a practice taking the right foot off, keeping your balance. Okay, I could hold on to the roof, couldn't I? Alright, let's bring that leg up. Palms to chest. Squat down, feel the stretch in the outside of your hip. Good. My left leg is easy to balance on. That's not normal. I'm right-handed, so I generally, cursed it. I'm right-handed, so I generally find it easy to balance on my right side. It's my dominant side, but that's not always the case. Remember, if you fall out of the pose, that's okay. As Bob Ross says, we don't make mistakes, just happy accidents. Been watching a lot of Bob Ross during lockdown. Okay, if you do need to use a wall or a chair or a table or the back of the couch to balance on, that's okay. Make sure we're not resting on that knee joint. Good. Alright, shake it out. Now's a good time to have a drink. Use your sweat towel. Okay friends, we are going to get into a classic yoga pose. We are going to be trees. So we're going from one balance pose to another, and we're actually going to do one after this as well. So we're working the legs a little bit today. With our trees, really important, we take things slowly. We do each step properly. We don't rush through it. So we're going to go back to our right legs as our base leg, and we're going to pick up that left leg and bring it forward in the front. Then we're going to bring it out to the side. Now you've got three options for foot placement. You can either rest your toes on the ground and your heel sort of on your lower calf. You can rest your foot on your calf muscle, or if you're a bit more flexy, like I'm not, resting your foot on your inner thigh. Really important that we don't rest it on the knee joint. That's going to put unnecessary pressure on the joint. We don't want to do that. Toes on the ground, on the calf, or in the inner hip. Up to you. All of them are fine. Find which one works for you and don't put them on your knee. Protect your joints. Okay. Jeez. Let's start again. So right foot is the base. Lift the left foot up. Knee to the center. Out to the side. Open the hips. Rest your foot. Okay. Bring your palms to your chest. Eyes on something that's not moving. I've got cramp in my hamstring. And breathe. Tree pose requires patience. And if you're anything like me, it involves cramping. If you fall out of your tree pose, that is okay. Just go through the process again to get back in. Okay, shake it out. I always find my foot gets a little bit tense and crampy. Before I go into the next one, I like to shake it out a little bit. Okay, left side. Pick the knee up, out to the side. Place your foot, palms to chest, nice and slow. Fix your eyes on something that's not moving and keep breathing. If you need to balance your hands on the back of a chair, table, couch, that's totally fine. Keep breathing. Okay, gently coming out of that one there. Good, we did our first trees, fantastic. There are some extensions for what you do with your hands and things like that in our tree pose. We'll look at those in another class. Today we've got one more balance pose to go. This one I'm probably going to be using something to balance on. I haven't done this pose in quite a long time, but that's okay. We'll get stuck into it. We are going to do our dancer pose, and this is a pretty common Instagram pose when it comes to yoga. Often see it, you know, on a beach at sunrise in silhouette. But we're not going to do that today. We're going to do our normal dancer pose. So keep yourself close to something to balance on if you need it. We're going to start with our left leg as our base. Take the right foot, whoops, back in your hand. And then we're going to reach back. I'm pushing my foot into my hand. And stretching. And I'm getting cramp in my quads. Excellent. And release that one. So when I'm holding onto my foot, I'm pushing my foot against my hand. I'm not pulling it nice and, I'm not pulling my leg nice and close to my glutes. I'm trying to make, I used to say in yoga club, I'm trying to make a window in my legs. Sounds strange, but that visual really helped me to figure out dancer pose. So let's try it again. Holding onto that foot. I want to make as much space. I want someone to be able to look through. So I'm not bringing it in tight. I'm making a gap. So you should feel a stretch in your chest and the arm that's holding onto your back leg as well. And release. Cool. Check it out. We're going to swap sides. Alright. There we go. Now hold on to a mop. Okay, make that window. Pushing that foot back into that hand. I'm cramping in the quads again. And relax. Oh, quads, why have you betrayed me? Alright, one more time. Feel that stretch in the chest. Push that foot back. Make that window. And release. You don't have to hold it for a really long time. It's really dusty. Even if you want to do short bursts a few different times, that's totally fine. Alright, let's head back down onto our mats. We're going to be dolphins now. One of my faves. So, to be a dolphin is a little bit like a downward dog, except we're going to have our forearms resting on the ground. So, into our hero pose, tabletop, forearms down, running like train tracks. So I haven't got my hands meeting in the middle, they're nice and parallel. I'm going to tuck my toes under, put my hips up and back, and load the weight onto my forearms. I'm looking at my toes. Keep breathing. Okay, drop the knees down. Push back into that hero pose. Okay, so you're loading the weight onto that upper body. Eyes gently looking through at the toes, so I'm not craning my neck through. I'm going to give you a little bit of a, not a challenge, but something to do for that. We'll do it again. And this is something to make it a little bit easier, a little bit harder. So, same thing, tabletop position. Forearms down, tuck the toes under, hips up, and back. Now this time have a wee go at changing where your feet are. Walk closer to your elbows and further away. Find what's comfortable. Back to hero pose when you're ready. So the closer your feet are to your elbows, the harder it's going to be, the more weight you're going to be loading on your arms. The further you walk your feet back, the easier it's going to be. Have a wee play with that one. I'll let you do it now and see how far you can get your feet to come up, and then take a rest by taking them back. When you're ready, coming back into that hero pose. I've just swept. Swept. Alright, we have got 3 more poses to do today. The first one, we're going to do an upper body version of thread the needle, which is a really good lower body stretch. We're coming into that tabletop position again. I'm going to take my left arm, I'm going to reach it under my right arm, resting my shoulder on the ground, using that right hand to push into the ground and push my shoulder blades apart. My head and my shoulder are resting on the ground. My right hand is pushing against the mat and stretching between my shoulder blades. Alright, come back through, we'll do the other side. Right arm's reaching through under the left, shoulder and head resting on the ground, my left hand pushing into the mat. And coming out of that one. Good. Alright, we're going to head onto our backs now to finish the session. So, the first pose we're going to do is Happy Baby. If you've ever seen a Happy Baby, you'll understand. Lying on our backs, take a second here to get comfortable, and then when you're ready, we're going to bring our feet up and hold on to our big toes with our fingers. So I'm just using my 2 index and pointer finger. And I'm going to gently start rocking side to side and making little circles with my legs. You see, now we're happy babies. We're gently rocking side to side, giving that lower back a little bit of a massage. Stretching the hips. Just move in whatever way feels good. Feels like a good stretch. I've just realised that out that way is my neighbour's kitchen window. I hope they're enjoying watching my happy baby. Oh no. Alright guys, we're gently going to bring our feet back down. We've got one more thing to do. We're going to do some spinal twists. So, hopefully you're not right next to a wall like me. We're going to bring our arms up to shoulder height, knees up together, and we're going to fall to the right side first. So all the way over. If your legs are to the right side, I want you looking over your left shoulder. Keep breathing. Now's your time to start to unwind and relax. Okay, when you're ready, bring those knees back to center. Drop them to the other side. This oh, I'm right up against the wall. This time you're looking over your right arm. Alright, bring those knees back to centre. Drop the feet down. And when you're ready, we're slowly going to come back to a seated position. And we're done. I hope you enjoyed this session. Comment below, tell me what you think. Don't forget to hashtag Virtual Yoga Club and tag Merrin Strong on Instagram. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you.